What do you think? Gonna start our meeting. Yeah. See if we get people tuning in. You're very shy this morning, You molting? Oh, you are molting. There goes a feather. Goodness. Good girl. All right, we're gonna start tuning in, okay? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to morning meeting with Wildlife Ambassadors and with Gaia this morning. We are outside because it is stopped raining and it is beautiful out. So we think we've plunked ourselves at a good spot for locations, and we'll go from there. So if you guys tune in, just let us know that you're tuning in. There is a donation a donation tab on the bottom. Hi, Charlie in South Portland. Welcome. Miss Gaia is turning around and watching for Bertram. Where you going? You can't go that way. You're going to come back up? There you go. I know, I understand. Bertram gets her a little riled up. Hi, Linda. Oh, you say hi to Linda? Yeah, Linda's working up at the farm. We miss you. It's so good to see you. I'm going to try and pull this around so folks can get a better view of Miss Gaia, because that's what folks come to see, lady. They come to see you. Who's that? So pretty. So welcome to morning meeting. It is Saturday. Good morning, Jessica. Nice to see you. And we are here with Gaia, our great horned owl ambassador. And she is a magnificent animal. Good morning, Julia in Kittery, Maine. Nice to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining. We're sitting out here in the sunshine. Even though owls are nocturnal, they do love to soak up the sun and enjoy the daytime a little bit. And if they're hunting, like if they have babies, they will hunt whenever those babies are hungry, especially our friends, like our great horned owls, like Miss Gaia here. So Gaia came to us in 2011. She came to us after she was found at the base of a tree after the rest of her family had fledged. So you can see that this wing hangs a little bit funny. And what that is she probably got jostled in the nest. Hi, Sharon from Massachusetts. Nice to see you. Marilyn. Hey, girl. Hi, Thomas. And good morning, Kathy from Rhode Island. Oh, it's so awesome to have everyone tuning in. It's really kind of amazing to us that in the midst of all of this craziness, we now have this amazing community that has grown. And oh my goodness, bonjour from France, Jean. I won't try my French accent. It's not very good, but good morning and welcome. Actually, a friend of mine just got back from France a couple months ago, and they rave about it. They thought it was so beautiful. So thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Maine. So I was talking about Miss Gaia here. She is a great horned owl. She is the largest owl that we have in this area. Are you looking around? And they call them their great horned owls because of these tufts up here. Oftentimes you will call them horns. The technical term for them is plumicorn, which is a lovely, lovely word. It's one of my favorite words, right? Are you a plumicorn? Yeah. And we also have lesser horned owls. So our smaller owls that have the ear tufts, like Lucy, our screech owl, and things like that. So Miss Gaia here has well earned the title and the nickname, the Tiger of the Night. These guys are amazing predators. They eat basically whatever they want. One of their favorite foods is actually skunk, which is kind of fascinating because if you think of skunk, they smell and they're awful, or they're awful smelling. They're wonderful animals and incredible bug control, and they're really rather fun to watch and observe. But these guys, most things don't hunt skunk because of the spray and because of the scent and it burns. These guys, it's sort of like a family pack meal, if you will. So instead of going and catching, 7, 8, 9, 10 mice, they catch one skunk, they bring it back to the nest and feed their babies. And it's, good to go. Hi, Paul Powers. Oh, it's so good to see you. And thank you so much for donating. That's amazing. We miss you. I can't wait for you guys to be able to come back up and see us all again, because we miss them, don't we, Miss Gaia? Yes, ma'am. So oftentimes when we get these guys in, they will smell of skunk, and very powerful smell of skunk. The other thing that happens if they get sprayed is that their coloration and their feathers changes and it gets a little bit darker. So it's kind of fascinating. We don't treat skunk here. We do treat over 190 different species, but skunk, raccoon, fox, we have some really trusted colleagues who really specialize in that, and so we tend to defer to the experts in those and refer out. Hi Karina, nice to see you. So Gaia again is just magnificent. Out in the wild, these guys would eat, like I said, anything they wanted to. They could eat skunk, you could eat squirrel. They also like to eat duck and things like that. Many folks will say, oh yeah, you know, they might eat my cat. And well, what I say is that if you're going to let your cat outside, I know that's terrible breath. If you're going to let your cat outside, then unfortunately, you know, that is the cat entering the circle of life, if you will. A cat would be pretty difficult for these guys to get, but there is that possibility. There's also the possibility of your cat getting into a fight with other cats, getting poisoned, getting shot, getting hit by a car, all those things. So we try to tell folks, you know, if you can keep your cats indoors, wonderful. If you're looking for a wonderful project, you can build a catio. And what that is you can attach it to your window, like on the lower level, and that way the cat, where are you going? You can't get that. You're still on my glove. Little chipmunk just ran by. What are you doing? What are you doing, miss? Okay, I'll move closer so that folks can see you. Is that better? Okay, we're going to lean. We're a little nervous out in the wind. Better? Yeah, there you go. So again, these guys are magnificent hunters, absolutely spectacular. Let me move this so you can get a better view of her. And one of the things that they hunt with are these incredible talons and these incredible feet. It takes over 30 pounds of pressure. If this bird closes her talons down, it takes 30 pounds of pressure to lift one toe off. So that is a really incredibly powerful foot. They also have a locking tendon on the back, which is why birds don't fall out of the trees when they're roosting and nesting in trees. Right, Miss? Are you peeking over my shoulder at someone? That's okay. So Gaia did come to us, like I said, in 2011, and she was a baby, or she was a young, a fledgling, I guess. So she did probably get jostled around in the nest by her siblings, just like if anyone has kids, and especially in this quarantine, there's a really fine line between crying or laughter and crying, and I think that her sibling crossed that line. So this wing was broken. It's now frozen in position. Where are you going? Ooh, we're active today. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Are we getting warm? What she's doing right now is called a gular flutter. So I may actually move her into the shade. Are you just a little wary? It's a little different. We don't normally sit outside here while we do this, do we? We walk. Yeah, that's okay. Good job. So you'll also notice on her these incredibly big eyes. And I've had more people tell me that when she looks at them, it feels like she's looking into your soul. And so these incredible eyes that she has, can I have you turn and look this way? Thank you. You'll see they're just enormous, right? So if we were to have eyes the size of hers, we would have grapefruit-sized eyes. They would actually be, can I do this? Little gular flutter, are you warm in the sun? I could take you in the shade. Want to go in the shade? Let's do that. All right, I'm going to move her into the shade just in case that's what's going on with her. Hi, miss. Are we warm? We can get in the shade. That was a big change to go from shade to sun, huh? Better? Okay. Oh, look, we'll get your plumicorns going. See all that wind in your plumicorns. So lovely. So Gaia is magnificent because she takes on two roles here at the center. Not only is she an amazing ambassador for her species, and all great horned owls, she, lets people see them up close, which oftentimes you can't do. Or if you are doing, they are dive bombing you as you are, approaching or in their nest area or something like that. But Gaia is also a magnificent foster mom. So she has fostered numerous babies here. We actually have 2 baby great horns right now. One we're looking at renesting, and the other one we're not sure. We're going to try and renest, but we also have the option to, once the baby is stabilized, have her be a foster child with this mom. And we introduce them. They have a nest box that they're in so they can see them and they can hear them. And then they also will eventually accept her or accept the baby, and then the baby is free to be about in the enclosure with them. Oh, Charlie, and you asked me how much she weighed. I should know. She's about, how much do you weigh? She weighs more than Galileo, who's her male friend that she lives with. How much do you weigh, Gaia? I should know that. I had it in my head. She's a hefty bird, but what are you, a couple pounds? 4 pounds? 5 pounds? 4 pounds. Remember that birds have hollow bones as well. And so, because of that, even though she's very substantial and big, and I can show you guys, can I show your feet? There you go. Good girl. Even though, you know, she is substantial, we do have to remember that they do have hollow bones. And so, that messes with their weight a little bit. I'm trying to find a place that I can put the phone down because she doesn't seem to want to be in the sun. Although we can try it again. Should we try it again, Guy? You're such a good girl. We'll try it. There we go. We're going to go sit back again. Good girl. All right, we'll sit back in the sun and get a little toasty again. If you get warm, I'll move again. We're doing that gular flutter. So the gular flutter, it's really kind of a fascinating thing that she's doing. So right now, it's like a panting, and it means that she might be a little warm. So imagine wearing a down jacket. I have my sweatshirt on right now. But these guys are constantly wearing down jackets, right? So it's why they're such crazy nesters. January, February, they are, you know, getting ready to mate and sitting on eggs. I mean, February, when it's freezing, freezing cold. Hello, Leslie from Florida. Thank you so much for joining us. Paulette, she is gorgeous. Absolutely. And Amanda, oh, awesome. You have many in your tree line. These guys have a wonderful call. I love their call for numerous reasons. The first one is that they say their own name. You're welcome, Deborah. Thank you so much. They actually say, I am a great horned owl. They don't say that, but it's how I remember it. They go, ooh, 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 ooh. Was that decent? You accept it? Thank you. I appreciate it. And they also, the males have a deeper voice than the females, which I think is absolutely adorable. Linda, what's it called when they can bring one talon to the back and have 2 in front and 2 in back? Excellent question. Zygodactyl feet. So these talons, you see 3 in the front, hi Kesh, and 1 in the back. So all of our birds have that usually. They have the 3 in the front and 1 in the back. Hi, Lori from Connecticut. Welcome. And what owls can do, and the only diurnal raptor that I know of that can do it is an osprey. Are we getting warm? I can move again. Or maybe you like it. I'm just going to gauge her a little bit. Is the osprey, they can move this foot or this toe. So this toe right here can go to the back or to the front. And so you can have 3 in the back and 3 in the front, 1 in the back. Or you can have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And what that is for better clamping ability, if you will. So if you think of osprey, you know, they're gathering very slippery fish and things like that. And if you think of great horns, they're hunting larger animals like skunk and etc. Do you want to get up? She doesn't normally like watch. Oh, there you go. Good girl. She doesn't normally like sitting. So apparently we're going to walk while we do this. Let's see. We'll keep going down. We had some questions. Hi, Andy from Florida. Welcome. We're going to just walk this way, lovely. Let's see. She might be wondering where that call is coming from. I don't think they ever come in because they think that we're owls. I think they just come in to go, what's that crazy noise? Can I put this over here? Maybe we'll go this way. Excellent. So you guys will hear these guys in January and February. It is the classic owl call. That's sort of like I did the hoo, 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 hoo. Very deep, very rich. They're not like our barred owls in that they don't, this here. Oh, let's see if it'll work. They're not super social. As far as they're concerned, we're at the bottom of the food pyramid for them. Or not the bottom, but they're at the top. So these guys, we don't really fit in their world. And so we were very fortunate to have Gaia come to us as a baby. And she was worked with. She's certainly not tame. None of our ambassadors are really necessarily tame. They're all wild animals. They all have wild animal instincts and behaviors and things like that. But as far as great horns go, they're absolutely spectacular because they can, to be able to be up this close to a bird of prey like this is pretty fantastic. I don't know if anyone has been watching on our Facebook page or our social media, but we do have 2 baby great horned owlets. There we go. I had to get that all out. Good morning. It is Gaia in at the center right now. They're in their branchling phase right now, which is sort of like, when kids are starting to walk and they let go of the couch and off they go, and sometimes they end up falling. That happens with these guys. They can actually, Bertram's very frustrated because he hasn't had his breakfast yet. They actually can crawl back up the trees. Oh, good morning, Kim. And Heidi, thank you so much for donating. We really appreciate that. Say hi to Ron, Kim. It's really lovely to see you guys here. We miss having you guys up here. And so for you guys to be able to meet our ambassadors and see folks, it's really lovely. Huh, my friend? Yeah, you're such a good girl. So Gaia lives, I should mention, she does live with Galileo, who is a male great horned owl. The males are actually smaller than the females. It's called reverse sexual dimorphism. So Gaia is substantially larger than the male, which is really kind of interesting. But that makes sense because they're going to be, hi, Gracie. That's our Broadwing talk saying good morning. She's going to be the one that's sitting on the nest and defending the babies while the gentleman, hi Gracie, is out hunting and getting food for everybody. Kesh, we may put babies in there with them. We're not sure because, we have to stabilize the babies first. Pee-wee. As well as, oh, Adrian, thank you so much for the donation. That's so helpful and amazing. Miss Gaia, that means more mice for you, huh? Oh. We had a little Phoebe who's a little frustrated. When I take Gaia out walking, everyone gets a little amped up because she's Gaia. She's a great horned owl, right? And so if you're ever looking for these guys out in the wild, watch for, hi Gracie, watch for crows and ravens and things like that. They will dive bomb and mob these guys and harass them. They're kind of punks, but not because they're mean, but because this is a major predator for them. So they definitely try and alert when these guys are in the area. These guys don't build nests. They will actually take over old raven and crow nests. So it's kind of neat if you ever find them as babies or a nest in the area. The babies they almost look like Muppets or stuffed animals. They're absolutely amazing. You can see pictures of the baby patients that are with us right now. They're on our social media. We try to minimize our contact with them because they can imprint very easily. So we don't talk to them. We don't let them see our faces when we are feeding them while we're stabilizing them. We have a mask that we wear. Only 1 or 2 people, I think, are feeding the babies at a time. And so it's so funny. I was in feeding baby squirrels this morning, and you hear this crazy, almost like alien noise from the other room. And it took me a couple of seconds to have it register that it was the baby great horned owl who was getting fed. And it was this, clacking of a beak and this, like almost like a monkey. Or if you've heard baby raccoons, he sort of sounded like a baby raccoon. Excuse me, Gaia, I had a little burp. Huh. So she loves this because she's able to get out. We do take them on enrichment walks. We do not take Galileo on enrichment walks. Galileo is a companion animal. He does not go out on programming, and he is not handled. Galileo was hit by a car and has vision in only one eye. And so he's a wonderful companion to her. but he does not go out on programming. Claudine, will she let us show her legs? Can I show your legs? It's so funny. Everyone is obsessed with owl legs. Good morning, Karen. Can I show your legs? So just so people understand, her hip is up here. So then her leg goes back and down. So let me see if I can move some pantaloons out of the way. I try and remember I wouldn't like someone doing this to me. But you can see this is one part of her leg, and this part goes up. And then again, her hip is way up here. So I assume you asked that because you've seen the pictures of the owls online where they kind of scoop up the body and the legs are standing there. They do have incredibly long legs. It's kind of fun to watch and look at. Let's see. Oh, you lived in Arizona. Yeah, unfortunately, when they do get hit, someone just mentioned that they had rescued one with a broken wing in Arizona, but that it had to be put down. We do practice euthanasia here at the center. We do look at it as another form of release. So for instance, just because an animal were to come in and they're non-releasable, meaning their wing is permanently broken. Gracie is so talkative this morning. I love it. It doesn't mean that they'll make a good ambassador. So some animals are ready to be ambassadors, and they're just, their mindset and the way that they work and their personality is a great connection to being an ambassador. But we would never keep an animal as an ambassador that wasn't living a full, rich life. So we want to make sure that folks understand that. Also with wings, these guys need to be able to fly silently. The leading edge of their wing, there's no way you're warm. Oh, Maeve is getting fed. You guys get to listen to all of the people watching, or all of the people calling, animals calling right now. Everyone's getting breakfast, right? Lover named Gaia. We spend a lot of time on our naming, and so she was named after Gaia, Mother Earth. Yes, her pantaloons are absolutely magnificent. I don't know if I can turn her around. She is a little, not agitated, but okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna turn you. So I don't know if you can see her beautiful coloration. I mean, she really blends in with bark. I know. Is it warm again? Are you not used to it because it's been so cloudy and gray? Yeah, there you go. But you see that beautiful coloration on her back and her feathers. They blend in so well to the woods and the trees and the bark and everything like that. And even like stone or stuff like that. These guys, I know. That hiss is her saying, like, what are you doing? I'm not sure I like what you're doing right there. And again, this is called a gular flutter. What it means is that she's probably a little bit warm. She is in the sun. You can see her feathers are kind of coming out a little bit around her neck in that area. So what this is just like a dog. Dogs don't sweat, neither do birds. And so what she's doing right now is she's cooling off. She's kind of cooling off and calming down. You want to sit closer? Is that part of what's going on? Oh my goodness, there you go. So she normally won't let me show, but she's distracted right now. So I might not be able to show you. Who is that? Oh, a little birdie, huh? Yeah, busting your chops a little bit. Who's up there? Did someone go over? So even though she lives with us in sanctuary, she's constantly always looking out and about to see what's going on. That's just her natural instinct. So again, these are not her ears. These are just feather tufts, and they help her blend in. They also help her posture, sort of like a dog's ears or a cat's ears. They'll go up and down. And her ears are actually right behind this black line right here. Sometimes, not today, sometimes she'll let me show her ears. Can I do it? Are we in a good place right now? I don't know if I can get them going. Does it feel good? Oh, no, that's fine. It's okay. You let me very close, though, and I'm so impressed. Yeah, we try to take our lead from them. So oftentimes, Fern and some of our other owls will let me show their ears. Gaia sometimes will, sometimes won't. And she just sort of gave the, I don't think I like that right now. It's got to feel weird having my fingers around her ears. We have a Phoebe that's cooking around us right now, too. So she's a little like, what's going on? So where that facial disc ends, that black line right there, and on this side right here, thank you for showing both sides. I know. Her ears are actually underneath that, and their ears are enormous. So we have these little tiny ear holes, right? And then these exterior ears. Hello, Grace. They actually don't have that. They have an ear hole or an ear flap. If you pull those feathers forward, you can actually see the back of their eyeball. Their eyes take up, or eye rod, their eyes take up a third of their skull. And so they're absolutely amazing, amazing animals. They can hear mice under the snow. They can hunt in complete darkness and triangulate their prey. What are you doing? Your breath is very bad. I love you, but it's a great horn thing. I don't know if she's showing you her feet right now again. Those big, beautiful talons. Oh, look, Gaia. So actually, I'm going to bring her closer and show you guys this right here. So see how this looks like a comb? I'm trying to make sure I'm getting it. Right there, that's what's called the fluted edge. And so all of the feathers on this, the leading feathers on this wing will have this fluted edge. It looks like a comb. And what that does is it breaks up the turbulence that she's going through with the air when she's flapping her wings, and that breaking up of the turbulence reduces the sound. The rest of her feathers all in here, we talked about these amazing pantaloons, etc., etc. And these also sort of soak up. Gracie wants to be on Facebook Live too, she says. They soak up all that noise from the turbulence as well. So that is how they fly silently. Are her ears asymmetrical? They are. And a really cool thing about them being asymmetrical is, one is up and one is down, but one is also forward and one is also back, like a little bit. What that does is it helps them triangulate. If any of you have been watching Jane Kelly on the Wing, she has a young great horned owl, and you can watch them. Also, she has Arlo, who is a young barn owl, and you'll see them like gyrate their head. And what they're doing is they're trying to figure out the different locations and making sort of fine-tuning that hearing to where they are. Nicole, thank you so much for donating. That is super helpful. We are really, really grateful for everyone's support. It's been kind of crazy times. I think that we're still in crazy times, but we're all doing it together. We're all getting there together, right, Miss Gaia? Oh, and then Dante the Crow has something to say. I'm going to pull you up a little bit so folks can see that beautiful coloration. Yeah, what do you think? And then I don't know, you can see that she's turning her head. So sometimes people will ask, can they turn their head all the way around? Oh, thank you, Nicole. They can't turn their head all the way around. They can turn their head 270 degrees. So what that means is if I turn her backwards, she can turn her head all the way to the back and then a little bit more. So 3/4 of the way around. It's true. I'm telling them about your superpowers. It's good stuff, my friend. It's good stuff. And so the reason they can do that is twofold. The first reason they have to do that is because they can't move their eyes. Their eyes are set in what's called a sclerotic ring. So it's actually a bony it's a bony sort of ring structure in their eye. Their eyes are actually rods as opposed to balls. And cartilage is the word I was looking for. And they have different rods and cones so that they can see different distances. They can see in different light. Studies have shown that they see different colors than we do. And they can also see into the UV spectrum. You have a fly right on the bottom of your beak. Our mayflies or black flies are starting to come out. I know, that's fine. I just wanted to get it off so he didn't bite you. Thank you, appreciate it. So see, your feathers are down now. She's getting ready to bait. There we go. That's fair. I touched you. Oh, I squished the bug on you. Sorry about that, love bug. Yeah, sorry about that, little lady. Oh, George, thank you so much for donating. We really appreciate it. So Gaia's funny. She will settle in, and then all of a sudden she may not, and so she'll bait a little bit here and there. I did just squish a little black fly, so she got it on her beak a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Right now she's also watching Karen, who's doing morning feedings. I bet she's wondering if she's going to get any feedings herself. Sorry that I sneezed, Gaia. That was awkward for you. So she is absolutely magnificent. So here's the largest owl that we really have in this area. We will get great gray owls and snowy owls and things like that. However, do you want to move again? Okay, we can move. We're on the move today, lady. But these are the ones that we really see in the area right now. Thank you, Katie. Kesh, what's the best way to support the center during this difficult time? That's a great question. Thank you for asking. There's so many ways to support the center right now, and we are grateful for all of it. You can go to our wish list. We're only able to accept donations right now that are mailed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So anything like bleach, tissues, paper towels, things like that is always really helpful for us to have. Or is it still too warm? You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. We'll go over to the shade. It's okay. I got you. So doing that, financial donations are always absolutely very appreciated because we have to keep the electricity on and that sort of thing. We're almost up to 100 mammals admitted this year, and also our baby birds are starting to kick in. So we just had some baby cardinals that were admitted that are pretty magnificent. Oh, I walked too far, Gaia. I gotta stick close, right? I know. We'll go back up. Here we go. Robin, how often is she fed? She's fed once a day, and she is fed in the afternoon or evening. We do feed her with Galileo, so they do get about 4 mice each. They are weighed quite often, but she's really pretty steady. She maintains her weight, and she's funny. We've had, when I first started, I mentioned earlier on in this talk that one of their favorite foods is skunk. I happened to find, when I first started back here, a couple baby skunks that had unfortunately been hit by cars. Back then we would feed, occasionally roadkill here and there. We've since discovered that we can't do that anymore because of rodenticide and lead poisoning and things like that. So I had brought these two, unfortunately deceased baby skunks to the center. My car smelled like skunk. I smelled like... They didn't want anything to do with them. Which is kind of funny. So I think she's a little bit spoiled. She gets to eat whatever she would like to eat, but mainly she likes her mice. Occasionally we'll give her goldfish or feeder fish or things like that in a tray or in a little pool. And she will investigate it and check them out a little bit. She never really eats them, but she definitely sort of checks them out and plays with them. Are you just warm today? It's New England spring, lady. We don't know whether we should have on shorts or a down jacket. Right? We all feel that way. Oh, my goodness gracious. So Gaia, again, is absolutely magnificent, a wonderful great horned owl, and a wonderful ambassador and foster mom, and absolutely amazing for folks to be able to see these animals up close. I don't know if I can get that beautiful barring on her chest, too. She's just gorgeous. Are you so good looking? I'm sorry I squished that black fly on you. And again, oh no, that's okay, Nicole, no problem. How old is she? She is, let's see, so she came in 2011 and she was a first-year bird, so she's at least 9, 10, depending upon how you want to age and gauge. Marilyn, I would love for you to work with me. I love that. I went to high school with Marilyn, so it's kind of fun to see everybody virtually again, online and in all kinds of different ways. Huh, Miss Gaia? Oh, you're getting the look. There it is. Look at that look. You're so gorgeous. And I don't know if you can watch her. I don't know if she'll blink for you. She's watching. We have a few raptors that have been going over up above. Yeah, she's keeping an eye out way high up in there. But she has actually 3 eyelids, which is sort of amazing. So you have your upper eyelid, your lower eyelid, and your nictitating membrane. They also have binocular vision, or binocular vision, I guess you could call it. Meaning that she can control what each individual eye is looking at, which is really helpful when she's looking around for food and things like that. And again, those beautiful feather plumes at the top. What do you think? Oh, you can't wait for your volunteer Saturdays to open up again? I know. It has been a very interesting time up here. And it's not that we're short on volunteers. it's that for best practice, we can't have folks in our building. We don't have a large enough facility at the moment to have people be able to be 6 feet apart and be, safe. So unfortunately, we've had to go down to, sort of a bare bones and skeleton crew. I think everyone's dealing with that right now. As our baby birds start rolling in, it's going to be an interesting scenario, but it's so wonderful to have everyone kicking in and helping out and adjusting, and we call it pivot, like the Ross from Friends, pivot, and all we do is just keep pivoting. So we are cranking along and doing our thing. And Miss Gaia is one of those things that keeps us going. She's just amazing. Nature isn't canceled. You can get out there and see it just in your your backyard. Nicole, to sign up to volunteer, we're not accepting any volunteers right now for signups, simply because we're unable to have folks on site. But you can certainly go to our website at www.thecenterforwildlife.org. And you can learn more about different volunteer opportunities. There's lots of different ways to volunteer and help out. And then when we are able to open up to the public again, we look forward to having our volunteers, because we really couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. Usually we have 80 to 100 volunteers a year. Is that Karen? Yes, it is. Gaia's learning to work with Karen. She's one of our senior wildlife specialists. And I think that she recognizes Karen whenever she goes by. So it's kind of cool to see her recognize her. Was that it? You were just too warm in the sun? Okay, we can just hang out. So you can see she's very relaxed now, sort of hunkered down and nice and mellow. She was just too warm in the sun. So we just got to take our lead from them, right? Yeah. Oh, you just showed your nictitating membrane and I didn't get it on film. That's okay, my dear, my dear. So the other thing that we would love to ask you folks is we are expanding our morning meeting program. So we're going to continue to bring live programming to you every day at 10 a.m. Over Facebook Live. But we'd love to hear back from you folks to hear what you might like to learn about. Whether that is, would you like to learn about how to re-nest an animal? Or would you like to learn about the food prep for our patients? Or would you like to learn about a wetland, or learn about vernal pools, or anything like that? Oh, my fake eye just flew off in the wind. I'll have to go catch those later on. Where'd it go, Miss Gaia? So if you guys would like to comment down below and just let us know what you would like to... Oh, look at the fierce stare, young lady. Oh, my. If you would just like to let us know what you'd like to learn about, we'd love to incorporate that into our morning meetings and be able to let you guys, help dictate what we're bringing, so that we know that it's what you guys want to learn about and what you want to see, huh, Miss Gaia? And of course, we'll still continue to bring our ambassador animals as well. And of course, our hang with Henry. If you guys haven't hung with Henry, he's our porcupine ambassador, and you should totally hang with Henry. So we usually do that every Friday afternoon. Henry went to our new facility yesterday, and gave his seal of approval. So he is a pretty magnificent guy, right? Look at your feathers blowing in the wind. Gorgeous. All Henry all day. Jennifer, I'll tell you what, if I had a dime for every time someone said it, it's true. There's something about Henry that just makes him magnificent. We're also super excited. I did listen to James Taylor's Gaia song, Katie Benway. So there is a James Taylor song called Gaia, and it is magnificent. And I had not heard it, and I love James Taylor. It was the second concert I ever went to, I think, with my parents, which was really cool. I had very cool parents. And it's a beautiful song. And so I was singing it to her the other day. She disapproved, so that was fine. I will sing it in my car or in the shower or whenever. Who are you looking at over there? What do you think? You're so good. Oh, wonderful, Marilyn. Henry's in your calendar. That's a good way to do it. I tell you, we get so inundated with all of these things. that we sometimes get a little lost in the shuffle. It's just absolutely fantastic. And also, what a great, we work really hard to name our ambassadors with names that represent them as a species, that represent them as an individual, and that show respect and appreciation and admiration. And she really truly does encompass Gaia, I think, which is pretty magnificent. Right, my love? Yes, the male female owl, or the male, oh my goodness, great horned owl that used to be here when I first started a long time ago. His name was Gandalf. I thought that was a magnificent name. So now we have Gaia and Galileo. Huh, my beautiful friend? What do you think? Oh, wonderful, Zoe. How to support wildlife in your own backyard neighborhood. I love that. So maybe we could do like some stewardship challenges or some ways, sort of a how-to when you're doing your yard work and spring work and things like that to help people prep and make sure that they're being good neighbors, right? Yeah, you're going to Gular Flutter again? You're a silly girl. I like you very much. She's pretty cool. All right, my friends, I am going to put Miss Gaia back. I am going to go in and see if squirrel rounds are due again. Let's see. It's so important and no one communicates. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. About what to do when you find a wild animal. Wonderful. Yeah, we can certainly do that. And I think that's magnificent. And to hear that, that folks want to hear that too is really, really helpful. Andy, you started a nest, or 2 cardinals started a nest outside your door. Oh, my phone's not letting me read the rest of it. It looked like they almost finished it. My bet is that they may have abandoned it. Sometimes birds will create multiple nests, so they have a backup plan if something happens. So maybe that nest is a backup plan. You never do know. It could be that the male started building it and the female came and was like, I don't like this. I'm not living here. Sometimes that happens too. Oh, look at your feathers are getting blown down. You're so crazy. A great resource for folks if you want to go and look before we do our morning meetings about what to do when you find wildlife is our website. If you go onto our website at hold on one sec. Thank you. thecenterforwildlife.org. And you go under medical clinic, you'll see found an animal, and you just click on find, I found an animal, and it will walk you through what to do. It has some flow charts of, if this, then this, if this, then this. Oftentimes we don't need to step in. Sometimes we do, but it's always good to stop and take a beat and sort of assess the situation before helping, because sometimes helping is not helpful. So leave it just in case, and both male and female helped build. Yeah, I would leave it, and you never know. Jeff, an escape attempt, exactly. So she actually, it's called baiting, and if she's just cranky and doesn't want to be on the glove, she kind of does that. And Nicole, she's attached to my glove, or to this leash. I won't be able to do it because I'm to the leash. And so that keeps her safe, because if she were to jump off the glove, she would land heavy on the ground, and we don't want that to happen. So all of our ambassadors, when they're on the glove and out and about, are just and attached to a leash to keep them safe, and to keep other folks safe too. You're so good looking, right? Oh, Gaia. All right, I have to go see a raven about breakfast, apparently. He is a little persnickety out there. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you enjoy the sunshine. Yeah, a little more than Gaia did, although we're all like this in the spring, right? We never know. We never know if we should have down coats or shorts or both. So again, you can check us out again on the website, www.thecenterforwildlife.org. Gaia is available for sponsorship. You can adopt her or sponsor her for a year for $25. You can go ahead and check that out. You can make a donation here just by clicking on the donation tab. All donations go to care for animals like Gaia and our other ambassador animals, as well as the close to 2,000 wild animals we treat every year. So again, we hope you have a wonderful day. Gaia, I'm going to have to put this down here so I can turn it off. Have a wonderful weekend. And Gaia says, bye, everybody.